Good day. My name is Jason Simmons. Before we start this presentation, let me start with a story. I am an avid sports fan. I love all sports. I just finished watching LeBron James, the best player in the world, lose to the Boston Celtics, a better team. That is the purpose of my presentation today, to show how a team is better than just one person or one superstar. Today we will be reviewing the shared leadership theory. We're going to focus on three distinct points. We are going to focus on what is shared leadership. We're going to compare shared leadership to transformational leadership, and we're going to talk about how shared leadership can be applied in the classroom. I hope you enjoy this presentation. During this presentation, we will be trying to address the following. What is leadership and what is shared leadership? What are the components of shared leadership? We are going to compare transformational leadership versus shared leadership. We're going to learn more about the traits of the shared leadership theory, and we're going to talk about the implications that shared leadership has for students and staff. And then we want to ask some personal questions about, do you think you are sharing your leadership in your position? Here are two quotes regarding leadership. They defined it as a process in which an agent induces a subordinate to behave in a desired manner, or the process of influencing the activities of an organized group towards goal setting and goal achievement. Other definitions for leadership: the process of influencing and supporting others to work enthusiastically towards achieving objectives. Secondly, the process whereby people are influenced effectively and motivated to accomplish a goal. Can we all agree that leadership is a process in which someone helps a group or a collection of people to accomplish a goal? Shared leadership has been defined as many things: partners as leadership, distributed leadership, or a community of leaders. The overall vision of shared leadership is that the school is a place whose very mission is to ensure that parents, teachers, administrators, and principals all become leaders in some type of capacity. Now, what that means is that all people in the schoolhouse feel like they can be leaders in some way or another. Moxley also suggests that leadership is the concept of two or more people joining forces to move towards a common goal. Now, later in this presentation, we're going to talk about 5 components that are needed to achieve shared leadership. But right now, I just want you to focus on that principals and leaders need to inspire their group and work together with their group to help them achieve a common goal. 3 major components of the shared leadership theory are: 1, people are independent and active in the process of shared leadership. Also, all participants are made wiser by being involved. And lastly, communication is crucial, it's vital, with a stress that includes all stakeholders with honesty and shared ethics. Now, what that is saying in a nutshell is that everyone has equal say. Communication between everyone is fair and just, and no one is devalued, and everyone is looking towards a shared goal. The examples that I have for this is Andrew and Peggy Sharon. They're the owners of Panda Express. They run it with their family. Their family always works through a shared leadership principle where everyone must come together to decide whether or not the family is going to move in one direction or another. Another example of this is the Maloof brothers, who own the Sacramento Kings. Before a decision is made, their entire family must talk and come to consensus before a decision is made. Let's compare transformational leadership and shared leadership. They are similar in some ways but different in other ways. Transformational, transformational leadership is all about how the leader creates positive change within the followers. The leader takes care of the followers' needs, but also inspires the followers to take care of one another and the group as a whole. James McGregor Burns thought of this comment, thought of this theory in his extensive research of leadership. He states that essentially the leader's task is to raise the consciousness to an entire plane. The leader's fundamental act is to induce people to become aware and be conscious of what they feel in order to achieve the defined goal for the group. Now, the only bad part about this is you will see that my two examples are Adolf Hitler and Jim Jones. It can be influenced in a negative way. Now, the only difference with shared leadership is that shared leadership does focus on a group, but it's not about what the leader can do to get the group to act a certain way. It's about the group each taking responsibility of their own. In transformational leadership, if the leader is not there, the group could suffer. With shared leadership, the group needs to thrive regardless of who's the leader because responsibility is shared among everybody. Shared leadership has some common traits. One, there's a balance of power. Power is shared between everyone. Secondly, there's a shared purpose or goal. Everyone knows what the goal is for the team to achieve, whether it's a reading score, whether it's changing the climate in the classroom, whether it's raising money for to buy new supplies. Everyone understands what the responsibility or the goal is or the purpose of their group. Thirdly, there's shared responsibility. People are held accountable, not just the principal, not just the chairperson. Everyone is held accountable for the success or the failure of the group. Fourth, there's respect for each person regardless of your role in the school. In shared leadership, everyone is respected as an equal. Lastly, partnering in the nitty-gritty. Someone says that the devil is in the details. But in the shared leadership model, the nitty-gritty, the bottom line, everyone works together to do this. It's not just the leader watching everyone work, but everyone works together. According to the research that we have listed here, we can see that when shared leadership is used in the schoolhouse, student achievement follows. Our first research-based quote shows that when the administrator and the teachers work together, the quality of pedagogy is significant. This means that when an administrator and a teacher works together, instruction is enhanced because decision making is made through everyone and not just from the principal. It also states that when leadership is shared, the commitment that arises from the participation in decision making is increased. So that when people are part of the leadership process, they feel more part of the team and they have more buy-in. Lastly, it found that teachers, when they create professional learning communities with administrators, they not only enhance their knowledge base, but their impact is also in the work that they perform. So they take it more personally. So we can see from these quotes that when we apply these strategies, instruction and achievement are enhanced. As we draw to a conclusion of the presentation, I want you to think about how you apply shared leadership in your school or department. Think about the teams or the things that you would like to have that could use some of the strategies that you have just learned about. Has your viewpoint about shared leadership changed? Has it improved? Has it disapproved? What do you think about shared leadership now? And lastly, what are some things that you can personally do? Can you start your own professional learning community? Could you do a learning walk? What ways could you enhance shared leadership within your staff? I want to thank you for this time. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at jason.simmons3@waldenu.edu. This concludes my presentation on shared leadership.